Are you a U.S. citizen? Yes, Roger is a U.S. citizen. If you look at the other selections here, no, but I'm an eligible non-citizen. Typically, that's going to be resident aliens, families that do not necessarily have American citizenship, but have been living in the States for quite some time. No, but I am not a citizen or eligible non-citizen. Then if you click on that, really there's no reason why you should be filling out the FAFSA, and it will default you out of the system in most cases. When you begin college in the 2011-2012 school year, what will be your high school completion date, status? Now, for a graduating senior, high school senior this year, they will have a high school diploma. You might have a situation where the student has a GED certificate or was homeschooled. None of the above is going to be very rare. So we're going to select high school diploma. When you begin the 2011-2012 school year, what will be your grade level? If it is a first-year student just entering college, enter never attended college first year. Now, some of you might have a situation where the student has taken some college level credit in high school. Maybe they went to a community college and took a class. Go ahead and click on the never attended college first year before. That's fine. When you begin 2011-2012, what degree or certificate will you be working on? For most every student out there, it will most likely be the first bachelor's degree. If you're going to a technical school, then look down here at the associate's degree or possibly the certificate or diploma. But for most of the students out there, you're looking at first bachelor's degree. Are you interested in being considered for work study? This is a very important question in my book. You know, one of the things we're trying to do at EDU Launchpad is to maximize student opportunities for aid and minimize their costs for college. Part of that is work study. So when you come in here, always, always, always answer yes to do you want to be considered for work study. This will put the student in the running for the possibility of a work study job. Now, if the student is offered work study later on down the road and you decide then that you don't really want to take advantage of it, then don't worry about it. You just turn the work study down. But if you answered anything other than yes here, you will miss out on the opportunity to make that decision. So make certain when you come to this question about work study, always answer yes. Highest school that your father completed. This is more geographic. Skip one. Will you have the first bachelor's degree before July 1st, 2011? If your student is just graduating from high school, then no, that's going to be typical. Highest school that your father completed. This is simple demographic information that the government is looking for. This example will say college or beyond. High school your mother completed will say college or beyond as well. Doesn't really make any difference on the aid that may be available to you, which ones of these that you pick. Unless, of course, you're competing for something specific at a college, which is for first-year students or first students that out of a family that have gone to college. Student eligibility continued. Enter the name, city, and state of your high school, then click Confirm. I found a bit of a bug in the system on this one. We're going to select Bettendorf High School. You can see it's pulling up an entry that I made previously. What city is your high school located in? We're going to say Bettendorf, Iowa. And then when you click on Confirm, in this instance, the system brought up the right college, the right high school. However, there were numerous times when I was trying different high schools in here, such as in other schools in our area, Davenport North High School or Davenport Central High School. It wasn't recognizing the name of the school that I was entering in, and it kept giving me an error message over and over and over again. No matter what school that I put in, it kept giving me an error message when I hit the Confirm button. If that happens, what I found when I went through this is, well, first of all, we'll go ahead and select Bettendorf High School here. School you selected is added to your application. Click Next to continue. Even though the schools, when I was looking at the trying to get the name of the high school entered in here, even though it kept giving me an error message that it did not recognize it, when I clicked on the Next button, It just went ahead and took me to the next screen anyway. So I would not get hung up on that. If you run into a problem with that, there appears to be a few bugs in their system on the high school recognition. Don't be too concerned about it. Just go right ahead, click on the next button, and keep working your way through the system. We have a question here from Gary. Why does it matter what 1040 form you fill out? The 1040 form is an indication to the FAFSA system of whether or not you can qualify for what is called a simplified needs test. If you file a 1040EZ or a 1040A, then you may have an opportunity to qualify for simplified needs, which means that you have to provide less information for FAFSA, and they can make a quicker determination of what your expected family contribution would be. 1040, simple 1040, which most everyone is going to be filing out there, then in that case you're going to be going ahead and completing all of the information in FAFSA, and you will not have the opportunity for simplified needs. That does not mean that you should go out and fill out a 1040A or a 1040EZ if you really should be filling out a 1040 for your taxes. Don't necessarily go do that, but it is a method that the system utilizes to make things a little bit more streamlined for those families which are filling out a 1040A or 1040EZ. Okay, now school selection. In the school selection, this is asking for at least one college that your student wants to send the FAFSA information to. Now, you don't have to have all the schools figured out at this point in time, but if you need at least one college to add in here to go beyond this screen. So they've given you a couple of different ways you can add those schools in. Federal school code, if you know the federal school code, you can type it in here, click add, and it'll immediately add that school to it. So the example they give over here, the federal school code is 003223 for the University of Oregon. So if we type in 003223 and hit add, scroll down, you'll see University of Oregon has been added in here. So that's the most direct way to add schools to this. Or you can go in, and let's say we're here again in Iowa, and we want to do a search on schools in Iowa. We don't put any of their information in, just give us a search on schools in Iowa. And if you scroll down, you'll see, wow, we've got all kinds of schools in Iowa here. And you can sit here and just scroll along for your heart's desire looking around for schools in Iowa. The more information you add in, city, school name, the shorter this list is going to get. So in this instance, we're going to add in, well, let's see. I always say you should always have a safety school, and most common safety schools that are utilized by students are going to be the local community college. So here, Scott Community College is the local community college for our area. We're going to add that in. And then we're going to add in Central College in Pella, which is a very generous school. And let's go down here and we will add in Grinnell College, which is probably one of the most generous schools in the country. And to round out the schools that we will at least add in here up front, we're going to add in Iowa State University of Science and Technology in Ames, Iowa. So now if we scroll back up, oh, wrong direction. We scroll down now, you'll see we've got these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colleges here. Now we want to select the housing plans. University of Oregon, 2,000 miles away, we're staying on campus. Scott Community College, right in the old backyard, we'll be staying with mom and dad. Central College over in Pella near Des Moines, we'll stay on campus. Grinnell, which is just up the highway from Central, will stay on campus. And Iowa State, we will stay on campus. Notice here it gives you the federal school codes. You might want to write those down. Actually, it'll be printing out on your form at the end of the session, so that's not necessary. Also gives you opportunity as far as to remove these. Now, something else you'll notice I'm going to click on Central College here, and it gives these buttons over here, first, up, down, last. Now, in some instances, you may want to take a student's first choice school and pop that to the top. So click on that first button. It's going to bring Central College right up there to the top. And let's say as far as the backup school, well, that's not really terribly important. It's not necessarily terribly important, but we don't want that backup school. We know it is a backup school. It's a safety school, and so we're going to move that one down here to the end of the list. And then we'll say University of Oregon is our second choice, Grinnell, Iowa State. The reason that this may be important is that some schools will be looking for indicators, particularly, and some state programs will be looking for indicators of whether or not you've listed a state school in that first line to trigger indicator that you are looking for state funds or particular funds for that school. So it's not necessarily it's not necessarily required, but it's not a bad idea to go in here and arrange the schools in the order that your student may be interested in them. Now, you'll have an opportunity on the FAFSA form to add 10 schools. We always recommend that you be applying to at least 6 to 10 colleges to maximize your opportunities for the monies that are available out there. If your student wants to apply to more than 10 schools, what you do is you go through, you complete the FAFSA, you wait for it to be processed, you wait for confirmation from the schools that they have gone out and grabbed the information from FAFSA, then come back into the FAFSA program, say take off your last 2 schools, add the other 2, say if you're going to apply to 12 colleges, add the other 2 in, and then resubmit the FAFSA form, and then allow the schools to go back in and repopulate that information. So we're going to hit next here.